Let's take a look at Abraham. He's probably in his 80s. At the age of 85 or 86, what happened? He married a concubine. Why did he marry this concubine? It's because his wife Sarah is not pregnant. So he married a concubine. I didn't expect to live here for about 10 years. That means he was around 85 years old. Married a concubine named Hagar. Hagar is an Egyptian. After marrying a concubine, I found out that she was pregnant. After getting pregnant, I underestimated Sarah. Take Sarah lightly. So Sarah told her husband Abram about this matter. So Abraham said, "The maid is in your hands. Treat her as you please." So Sarah bullied the maid. So Hagar, maid, fled. After escaping, what happened? And after being helped by angels, what happened? Come back to Abraham's side again. But what do we know about the son of this maid? His name is Ishmael. But when Abram turned 99 years old, God allows Abraham to say, "Abraham wants a son from Sarah." At that time, Abraham's son, Ishmael, it's just a maid. Where is the son Isaac Mary born? I'm already 13 years old. 13 years old. Later on, it turned out that Abram was 100 years old. God allowed Sarah to give birth to Isaac. So, not long after Isaac was born, the maid's son had an argument with Sarah's son. It's Ishmael and Isaac. There is an argument. What about Ishmael bullying Isaac? At that time, Isaac was still very young, just born, maybe around 1 or 2 years old. But what about this time? Sarah said, "Quickly drive away the maid and her son. The maid's son cannot inherit the property from my son." At this moment, Abraham was very worried. I don't know what to do, because the maid's son is also his son. Sarah's son is also his son. What should we do about this? What's next? God said to Abraham, "Listen to Sarah's words, because the one born from Isaac is your son." So he drove away the maid and her son. Of course, this has the meaning of a pre-table. What's behind this preview? I only understood after reading the New Covenant. To come to Sarah symbolizes heaven. The maid Hagar symbolizes the state of Israel in the Old Covenant. Sarah symbolizes the heavenly Jerusalem. Maid Hagar symbolizes Jerusalem on earth. These two people represent two agreements. One is the New Covenant, an Old Covenant. Sarah represents the covenant of heaven. It's a covenant belonging to heaven. The covenant that brings people into heaven. Representing a country is heaven. Hagar represents another country. It is the state of Israel on earth. Sarah represents the kingdom of Israel in heaven. This is as if God has abandoned it. Just like later, Abraham has abandoned the lower armor. He also abandoned his son Ismael. It symbolizes our God, symbolizing our God Jehovah. The kingdom of Israel, which abandoned the old covenant, choose the kingdom of Israel in the New Testament as his wife. And then, what about the Israelites who abandoned the old covenant? Choose the Israelites of the new covenant as his children. Because Abraham symbolizes our God. Then we will understand. Later on we realized that it was, although Hagar was taken by Abraham as a concubine. But what was born was also Abraham's intention. But we understand that only God's promises are made. They are the descendants of God. It's us children. Chosen and promised by God. God's promise. Choose to belong to Christ. Belonging to the Heavenly Father. Belonging to the Hebrew brother. So, such people are God's children. The ancient Israelites. although they are descendants of Abraham, but they were not chosen by God. Although it's Abraham was chosen by God, but it doesn't mean his descendants are chosen by God. God chose Abraham, but it does not represent all of Abraham's descendants. They are all chosen by God. So that's how we understand. People who enter heaven, they are all chosen by God. God is chosen, one by one. Choose those who belong to the kingdom of heaven. Only then can we obtain the industry. The brothers and sisters, also with Brother Heber, they are all chosen by God. May glory be to the Heavenly Father and the Lord. Amen.